This is just going to be a quick guide to show people how to get to the 500 gems required for buying Swim in 14 Talisman. So basically you're going to start off in Glimmer, and right at the start you're just going to want to hold charge and fly towards this temple building. And you're going to see here there's this red gem to the left of the gem hidden behind it. We're going to pick that up. So from our start we're actually going to veer right slightly, it's barely even noticeable, just to pick up that one gem. It's not that important, it's just we may as well take the extra gems where we can get them. So right off we just do this movement, we veer left to get these baskets and jump up these rocks. Then we double jump up here, and at this point we have around 45 gems. Now with this ledge, if you're uncomfortable you can just jump and glide, dive down to get this basket and then go through the cave. But instead what's actually faster to do is run off the edge, glide and charge. Let me do it properly. Nope. Like this. You then come through the cave like this and veer right, get those gems, and as you jump out the cave you see these baskets. Essentially what you want to do here is flame charge these baskets. So if you don't know what flame charge is, it's essentially just pressing circle then square pretty fast to make the gems home in. Because usually when you flame baskets the gems don't home in at all. Let me try and give an example of that. So that was the 5 gem homing in, but not the 10 gem. That time we stopped charging too early. There we are, like that. So ideally you want to do it all in one smooth movement. You try and show it off. There we are, like that. If you find yourself incapable of doing flame charges, you can always just charge through them, turn, then run back around the corner. But you'll want to be practicing flame charging anyways, so you may as well at least try it. If you miss, you can always just keep going. Now we're going to get around here. We want to pick up all these 2 gems in front of us on this platform. So we'll jump up here, keep going around without bonking. Let me show that off in one movement. So come around here, jump up here, get these, come right round here, hold left, then hold down left, let go of charge and talk to the talisman giver. And as you see, we've cleared out all the gems in that room. So we're just hugging the left hand wall, and then before we pass the talisman giver we're going to hold down left, and so that we don't charge into him we want to let go of charge before actually hitting him. Just normally walk to his left, well his right from this angle, and you'll talk to him, and that's the end of the level. So then we exit that level. So at this point, upon exiting Glimmer, we should have around about 102 gems. You can always miss a few, there's quite a bit of lenience in this route. I'm going to make it so that we over-gem by quite a bit, that way that if any beginners miss any gems, then they won't be under-gemmed when they exit Colossus. But as you get more confident, you can always skip out a few of the gems that you don't feel like getting. So right off the bat, we're going to run down here. As we approach these 2 gems, we're going to wiggle like that, so that we get both. Obviously you don't stop charging, so you wouldn't talk to Alora. So essentially, if you do this, you can pick up both. But the way I like to do it to make it more consistent is just wiggle like that. It brings us to here. Now on our left, there's actually a basket with a 10 gem in it. So we're going to want to flame charge that. If you're not confident, then you can just charge through it. Veer right, jump back over here, and then glide along here. Obviously, if you're uncomfortable, you can jump across this ledge instead of glide. The best thing to do here is actually just to flame charge the basket and then turn, so you can turn a little bit sooner and then glide along here. I'm going to charge down here, and the next level we want to go into is Idle Springs, but we want that basket and that 2 gem. So from back here we're going to charge right through, charge through the basket and then run into Idle as soon as the gems home in. And that'll take us up to 141 gems. If you've missed a few it's alright, as I said before there's leeway. In the annotations at some point I'll add guides for the beetle route. If you want to do beetle proxy, then I can show off the relevant gem routes for whether you get first beetle, second beetle, third beetle. But in this video I'm just going to cover the proxyless route. So as soon as we spawn in, as soon as possible we want to basically kill the Tiki, because we want the guy to open the door as fast as possible. So we're going to charge towards him, flaming in our glide and turn left immediately, get this basket and 1 gem here. Then these 2 gems, and that'll take us back to the door in time to get through it. Now we get to this room, where once again we're going to want to run as quickly as possible towards the tiki, so that we get the door open as quickly as possible. As you see, as we approach the bridge, we're going to want to veer left. We're going to want to charge jump, and then hold left, and we'll glide under the bridge really cleanly. You'll see that in a second. Then we jump out the water, get these five vases, jump back up here, and then jump through here, hugging the left. Now we want to charge straight towards this guy. If you don't get here in time, then that guy takes forever to open the door. Now you just want to run around here collecting gems while this guy makes his way to the door. And then this is quite important. Double jump up to the right hand side of him, and you get quite a good cycle on the tiki here. You get the door to open quite quickly if you just charge after him and flame him. And then while that guy's opening the door, you can come back down here and collect all the gems in the green area. On this side of the green area. Just all the ones down there, down on this side. Now you're going to enter this room, and you're going to just hug the left hand side, run straight across, double jump up here, just charge jump up here, and collect the talisman. This time we're not going to exit out the portal, we want more gems, because there's a lot of gems on the rooftop up here. So we're going to turn over here, and just charge along the rooftops, collecting all of these. There's no need to hover there generally, I just hover to stop. So as we get to here, you'll see these 5 gems to your right. You can get those if you really want them, but they're a bit out of the way, so we're not going to bother. Basically what we're going to do is double jump up here, and then these baskets are kind of awkward. With a flame charge you can get them quite nicely. I'll try to show that off now. So that takes you to here. If you're not comfortable with that, you can just go, or something like that, then jump over here and get these 2. Or you can even do that, stop and then that, and then glide back around here, but that's kind of slow. Ideally you want this flame charge on this one and then turn. Let me try and show that off again. And then you can jump down here and get these 2. And that takes us to here. Now we're almost at the end of this level. So we're just going to charge here, and then you see these 2 baskets. Both of these have 10 gems in it, so they're super worthwhile. The best way to collect these is actually to flame charge both of them at once, using the wide radius of your flame. I'll try to show that off. No, try again. Nope, I keep pressing circle accidentally. So one homed in there, the other didn't. Ideally you'll get both. I'm a bit rusty because I haven't done this in a while. If you're struggling with that, you can always just either flame charge one and charge through the other. Or if you're really struggling with flame charging, then you can just charge through both. And then after that we just exit out the level. So we're going to exit idle with about 280 gems. If you're below that, there's no problem. You can be within quite a few with this gem route. Let's say 10. If you're missing more than 10, then something's wrong. But generally you should be fine. So now as we exit Idle Springs with 280 gems, we're going to turn this way. So we'll have glided out. We'll turn, run through this basket and go over here. Get all of these gems and then keep running. What you can do if you're feeling confident is just go around here. You'll miss one of the 2 gems, but it is faster. So essentially that's just jump up here, avoiding the little divot there or you'll bonk on it. You'll get that 25, you'll charge through here and here and get this. And now you have a choice. You can either go straight into Colossus with your 228 gems, or 330 gems if you collected this one. Or you can collect these 2 gems to your left. And the way to collect these ones, these are pretty optional, but if you want them, then I'll show you how. Is just to charge over here, flame charge this, and turn left, and then jump over here. You can do that hoverless if you if you charge jump from further to the left, like that. Basically, the reason why we're gliding over here is if we land here, then Zoe will talk to us. If you're still feeling comfortable with flame charging but you want these, you can just land over here, charge, jump. That's kind of awkward. That takes us to about 340 gems, generally, and then we can enter Colossus. Or 330 if you choose to not collect those gems. Those gems are very optional though, because we're about to get quite a lot in Colossus that are also optional. You can miss out a few of these to take you down to a number close to 500 if you want. But this is still pretty decent, it's still all pretty fast. So at the start of Colossus, we're going to hold down and right while charging. I'm just going to run around here and collect all of these gems behind us, and then run right down here, collecting all these gems. We then double jump up here, and hopefully get no skip. And then glide through here. So now you see those green gems on our right. You can collect those, and the way I like to do that is like this. Jumping here so I don't bonk on the statue, and then we're through to here. If you don't want those 6 gems because they're a little bit out of the way and they're not necessary at all, you can just charge straight across here and collect these 10s and go down here and collect those gems as well. And then sometimes if you're feeling really over gemmed, that you've got plenty of gems, like even more than I've shown in this video, you can just turn right, turn left straight here and just keep going down here. You're then going to want to run down here. I'll show you off with the 10 gems actually. So you run down here, avoiding this yak narrowly. You double jump up here, hug left a little bit so you get these vases, and then just charge jump onto here, double jump over here and hover onto the wall, and then just run into the Yeti room to trigger the cutscene. Let me click the talisman. A good guideline is that as a minimum you want to be on about 400, around about 400 as a minimum when you're jumping onto the roof. So now we're like 22 over, or maybe let's say 20 over what we'd be comfortable with. So yeah, you can cut out about 20 gems at least, if not more. We're then going to charge through here. What beginners tend to do is they charge like through the middle here, and then collect all of this. What you can do, which is a tiny bit faster, is just charge down here, and that still gets all of the gems. And then come back out this cave. And to be comfortable, you'd like about 450 when you exit this room. But you can obviously work with a tiny bit less because there's plenty of extra on the ice. If you have plenty of gems, you just basically want to follow the 5 gems around anti-clockwise. Then just jump up here and finish off. So there we got 517. You can just cut out a few gems. Like I've shown you plenty of gems you could potentially cut out, like those 10 out. There's 10 to the left of Colossus outside. If you are under gemmed and you notice that you're below like 450 or whatever, you can always V around, just collect a few more 2s on your way, like this. And that takes us up to 200, that gives us 8 extra gems. There's more 2s around the ice, but generally you shouldn't need extra if you follow this route vaguely. You're very unlikely to miss that many gems. So finally we exit the level. And then the last thing I want to show is that usually people will like charge jump and then they'll have to hover to get to moneybags. As you exit Colossus, it's actually just better and easier, in my opinion, to just hold down, then stop holding down, double jump across, and you basically just land next to moneybags, then mash through its text box, and you've got swim, and you're ready to go into the next area of the run. So that's all. Thanks for watching.